Hello everybody and welcome to episode 14, and in this episode today we are going to be building the entire east wing. So let's get started. I have everything prepared for this, and I sorted out my storage, of course. And last episode we built these rooms, which I haven't put anything in those item frames yet, and I haven't built my little potion crafting area over there. Over in here. Yeah. I haven't built what's in here yet. But I'm super excited for what I'm planning to do this episode, especially because we are making my achievement room, which means that I'm going to be able to, put down some stuff. I'm going to fight a lot of withers just because I'm going to need a lot of nether stars. So the achievement room's here, and then up there is my shulker box. Yeah. And then over here my other shulker boxes for the library. And I've got cats meowing everywhere because, in particular, all of the villagers I had spawned a ton of cats. So, if I go down here, per usual, there are only, maybe a handful of villagers that aren't occupied. But of course, I'm going to need to get better enchanted books and that kind of thing. The Walk of Affinity is kind of good. I might just buy a couple of those and then do something. Yeah. But I guess an iron golem spawned. Yep, get me up here. Yeah. So let's just kill that iron golem quickly. Of course, I die again. Let's get a bow this time. Oof. Yet again, of course, I've got so many arrows I don't know what to do with all of them. So that's always kind of the hard part about this. Yes, I did it. Oh, and I got some iron ingots for it. That's kind of how I get out of my basement too. So, I made it through the hole. So this episode we are going to continue our quest to finish decorating the entire castle by the time that the battles start. So, today we are going to finish all of this. Every single block should be there. And then, next episode I'm going to finish these 3 towers. Yes, in one episode, of course. I'm going flawlessly, MLG. I jinxed it. Play that again. Okay. Now. Yeah, I'm a little bit out of practice with that. Now, so. I'm just gonna put this iron away. And now let's get started with the front entrance and the bubble elevator. Okay, so I'm going to start voicing over now, not because this is just why I want to start voicing over, but majorly because when I do my other time lapses, my other type of time lapses, which I speed up in the editing process, sometimes they will freeze up when I try and do a voiceover. So that's why I'm only voicing over in these types of ones where you can see me building in there. And if you are wondering how I did this, I used the replay mod, which is an amazing fabric mod that I recently got, and I love it so much. It's so useful. I did not mean to go out of the wall there, I just couldn't fix that. So you will see me using a lot of red concrete as filler blocks because this room was so big, but I wanted it to have a more cozy feel than what it actually felt like. So you can see I'm building like a wall of red concrete up here, and I'm going to decorate all around that so you don't see the actual red concrete. I also was just looking for uses of concrete since I have way too much. So you can see here I'm sort of putting trapdoors everywhere and flapping them down or up just to decorate. And I really liked doing this. The library is one of my favorite builds for this. So here I keep forgetting trapdoors, and I'm getting to like the lower parts where I have to take down the scaffolding. So we are starting to finish up with this wall, which we've been sitting on for a bit. And if you're wondering what those little like holes are at the bottom, those are for villagers, which I won't be filling them in this episode, but a little bit farther in the future. So you can see I'm putting the lecterns down for the library villagers, and I'm starting to build the other side now, which hopefully will not take as long as the other one. And I made a big mistake here, and that was I was not supposed to use bookshelves there. I was supposed to use the spruce logs there to conserve the bookshelves. Luckily, I have way too much wood anyways, so I'm just able to fix it very quickly. And now I will go back over there to continue that. And I pause a little bit right there, and then I start building up the red concrete and trapdoor wall. It's basically the same as the other wall, but smaller. Now you can kind of see it through the roof. Yet, you don't really need to see it through the roof since I'm doing that. And now we are turning around to the other wall back here. Well, actually more the flooring. And I do a 360 turn to show me digging out the flooring, and this moves around a lot, so if you get dizzy you might want to just skip a little bit over this part since I am building the flooring. This is a little boring because I to here. I'm gonna put the item frames on, and then we switch back to the back wall, which I will finally be working on. No more psych, I'm actually working on the flooring moments. But this is going to be a wall of bookcases with little bits of glowstone embedded so that it lights up a little bit the higher part of the room. That's going to be quick, and we're moving more to the center middle. Start moving this way, and we start working on the villager hut over here. And then we move to the other side to do the same thing. And we finally start turning to my pride and joy, something I have not built yet in this time lapse. The big stained glass window. Psych, I'm not doing that. Though there will be a big stained glass window, it's just something happened over here that was much more important. As you can see, I have an iron golem trying to kill off all these monsters, except for the creepers. I fly out, and I go over to my villager hole, not noticing a creeper following me. Of course, they blow a big hole in my ceiling that I did not need, and I have to patch it up with lots of dirt and have to find another trapdoor to put over there. Now we fade back into the library, which I started breaking by this point. And that is where the big stained glass window is going. It is a surprise of what's going to be in there, unless I already said it. Of course, it's the golden snitch. Not really sure why I put that in the library, but I like it. And so, of course, we turn back to the floor, back to the middle, where I will finish cleaning up and place the crowning jewels of the room, the light sources, break down all the torches, do that, and put on the crown over the crowning jewels. This is a little bit extensive. I will place the enchanting table. And we are now finished with the library. good riddance to that big task, and I think it turned out nice. Okay, so for this room of all the time lapses, I will be doing a achievement room, of course, which I talked about earlier in the episode. That's always been my kind of plan for this room, though I don't think it's going to be filled up too much. For this room, I decided on the flooring to use stripped oak and stripped dark oak logs after multiple considerations between dark oak and spruce and birch and jungle wood. There was a wide array of choices I could have made, and I chose this one just because I thought it would fit the room the best. And coming up next, as we slowly and then quickly turn over into my bubble elevator room, you will see a creeper. And if there's a creeper involved, you know something bad's going to happen. So what happened was I did not know creeper was up at the top of my bubble elevator. I stood in there just long enough to give it enough time to explode, and I had to put minor repairs in. But we come back to this room, we go outside of the wall for a moment, and I started building a stone bricks on the bottom, but dark oak staircase. Then I go to check my reference photos, and I start building the kind of canopy, balcony, overhang, which is a little thin and it's on slabs. And then we come placing down the fences and gates to create the railing. Then quickly after we do that, we go down to a lower level and I put in some achievements. This is probably being the most dangerous of them all. A end crystal. I don't know why I put it in there, but I don't touch it after I place it down. I put signs down, which I'm typing in right now. And then for the finishing touch, I will place the end crystal. After placing all the labels, I start placing down trapdoors like railings on the stairs. Put signs on everything, and then I turn up to the upper level where more of the minor achievements are placed. And I go out of the wall for the first half of it, of course, because that's just editing fashion for me. So I place down these achievement room, and I'm sorry if you get a little dizzy and if this is going a little fast, but I place these really quickly. And we're not only going to do this, but we're going to do a second round for signs. So I'm sorry if you get very dizzy from this, since we turn around a lot. And we finish that up. Put in some flooring lanterns with their respective trapdoors for the type of wood they're on, and place the end crystal. So now that you have seen the achievement room and the library, which I, by the way, have not completely finished them, because I did not technically place every single thing that I designed, mostly because they're a little bit inaccurate. I think I'm a little bit too tiny with the achievement room, and I am a little bit too big with the library. right here instead of my design world, so I could not exactly copy the designs for my reference pictures, but I was able to do a pretty good, just like overall moving. But I placed down some more copper. This isn't waxed, by the way, so I'm just going to let this grate on currently while I'm working on everything. So I am currently working on what I'm doing next episode, which is finishing off everything that I have to build. So I'm going to be doing the interior of Ravenclaw Tower and the interior of Dumbledore's Tower. Now here I have an axolotl because I went adventuring. Now I did not record this just because I didn't want to have so much footage. I already have to edit the replay mod footage and everything, so I didn't want to have so much footage in one episode that it's hard to do it well. So I got an axolotl since I was like locating mine shafts flying out about 2,000 blocks at least before I would find one new one, because there's one right under the base, but I already kind of looted it, so but I did find a mine shaft over far away, and I dug a hole down and there was no chest in it, and I was very disappointed. But the one before, there was a chest, no name tag though. So I'm really on the name tag hunt. I might go out to the desert and look for some sand temples, that kind of thing. But I caught an axolotl, and I decided to name them Hermione. So let's place them down in the water. Now we got Hermione floating around. And I might decide to get some more axolotls in the future. There was a brown one down there, but I didn't get it since I only had one bucket of water. So, Hermione is doing wonderful here, and she's the traditional pink axolotl. I'm going to be carrying around an extra bucket of water when I'm adventuring now. So, part where I put it is probably a little blurred because I did actually, I still do have my secret storage hidden away. Starlight does not know where it is yet. I'm going to try to keep it that way. So you guys saw in the time lapse kind of the final things of the time lapses. So before like a big chunk of this time lapse, which is still not really finished except for that, which, yeah, I don't really want to get close to that too much. But, yeah, so for a big chunk of this time lapse, I kind of go up and away, and I might show this, but a creeper explodes this entire wall. And I honestly do not know where it was, since so I AFK'd for like 2 seconds, and then I go down, and then it booms up there, and I'm like, what in the world? It was crazy, and I'm like, what in the why, where was it? Yeah, so that happened, and it was not very fun for me to fix it. Yeah, and the creeper actually exploded the main part down here. None of the villagers were hurt. It was just really annoying. It's just they just blew up the ladders, so I've got to fly out now. And I can barely hear myself talking over these villagers. So, it's kind of good that I did this. Okay, it's not good. I made the executive decision that it's not good to do this. Okay. Yeah, I'm getting annoyed with this. Okay. Yeah, you're not getting up, villager. You're not escaping. No escapes. Oh. Oh. Ow. Okay. So, my current plan is to finish up next episode. I'm going to build... Oof. I crashed there for a moment. I believe this is where the hole is. Yeah. Is it up there yet? No. Okay. Well, I'm going to build this tower. And this tower isn't yet. So. And then I think I might be building this tower, but I'm not 100% sure yet. And then we walk through here, and we're going to be building the interior of this tower and finishing up the holes, putting stuff in these little rooms. I'm probably going to put some healing potions in one of them, and kind of finishing up the interior of the entire castle so I can use it functionally. But my biggest problem with the castle right now is, so when I was building this, I didn't exactly know exactly what I was doing. I was kind of a little bit clueless while building this. I was going with the flow a little bit, and yeah, not anymore. So I'm breaking down these walls currently, since it seems a little bit nicer if I'm able to curve around here. So I've got full movement, and I don't have to go through every single one. And I gotta break a hole here. Yeah. Yeah. So next episode we are going to finish building here. For the time being, at least, I'm going to spruce up the hallways a little bit. So down the hallway behind me and down the hallways up there. And I'm very excited for everything afterwards, because we have a plan, and we are going to start fighting with Starlight, and we are going to do some devious things, like do something that I'm not disclosing until episode 16. Cow. Oh, I want to kill it, but I shouldn't. Okay. But I'm very excited for everything coming soon, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you did, make sure you give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell if you want to see more Forts videos or just my overall video. So I will see you guys next time.